So guys, a Kerala household has to have a big pot of beef, and our house is no different. So here we are, take a look. That is a nice Sunday pot. So I didn't originally start off in this pot. It was supposed to be an instant pot dish, but it didn't quite work out, so it ended up like this. But I can show you how it evolved during the course of the day, except for the fiasco we had with the instant pot. But this is a great recipe. I will put it in the description box and you can take it off of there. I want to give full credit to whoever came up with this. So it's there, and I'm just showing you how I went about preparing it. So hope you like it. So here I have all the ingredients, as you can see. So I'm using more than 3 pounds of beef. That's why I have more onions and ginger garlic. So and remember, the onions here are really big, so you should kind of scale back. So if they ask for 3 onions, I think 2 is more than enough. Garlic, there's a lot of garlic being used here. They also ask for 5 to 8 green chilies, but never do that. Maximum 2 to 3 is more than enough. Now here I have the onions and tomatoes chopped up, and the great thing about this recipe is that they just kind of go in together. So, and they've asked for quite a bit of coconut oil, but I used only 2 tablespoons. Now I don't know if that was a good idea, because I found that the ginger garlic and onions while sauteing stuck to the bottom, so I couldn't continue in my instant pot. So use your discretion. Then just go ahead and add the onions and tomatoes and saute it well until it reduces. And I used a lot of onions and ginger garlic because I almost doubled the recipe because I had a lot of meat. But perhaps that's the reason why it failed in the instant pot, or the fact that I didn't add enough oil, and so all the onions, ginger garlic stuck to the bottom. Who knows what happened. And here we have so many. It took me a long time to peel all of this garlic, because I think that's where the flavor is. So much garlic. Then I ground up the ginger garlic in my blender. So as you can see, most of it is a nice paste. And then I made a mistake and added green chilies at this stage, but it comes later. And now what we needed to do is saute it really well and make sure none of it sticks to the bottom. And you can see the onions and tomatoes are well reduced. And here we have the dry spices. So the good news with this is there's not a lot of spices that go into it, just 4. And I have some garam masala that my mom made for me. But I think this link below gives you how to make the Kerala garam masala. And I think they use a lot of coriander powder in this. So make sure you use level teaspoons of the coriander powder. Do not use a heap teaspoon, so I think I overdid it. And the red chili powder also, please go light on that. You could just half the recipe because they ask for a lot. And then it's like just stir it really well. Make sure none of it sticks to the bottom and the spices are well cooked, because you don't want to have that raw flavor. And for the meat, guys, what I really like is what they sell at Costco. Actually, it's the boneless short ribs, and those are just boneless pieces. And then I come home and I chop them into smaller pieces, and those work really well. But this time I didn't find that, so I used 2 pieces, and I think this was a little tougher. So if you can get the boneless short ribs, nothing like it. Next step is to wash up some cilantro, a handful, and chop it up really well and add it to the ginger, onion, garlic paste along with some meat, and then again give it a really good stir. So after cooking it again with some salt, it was time for me to use the lid and pressure cook it. On the meat setting is what I did, and I usually do, but this time it just didn't work. Perhaps I had just too much meat in there, or maybe I had a lot of ginger garlic stuck at the bottom, so it kept giving me the burn sign. So I got the excuse to transfer it to my nice Le Creuset pot and cook the remaining. So the meat, when I realized, was almost a little bit cooked, so I think it just took me another hour to kind of just put it on a low, about medium setting to low, and I had it partially covered, and that's how I ended up cooking the rest of it. And I hear you guys, you must be wondering where are the coconut flakes, right? Because in Kerala, a lot of the beef fry and also the curry, they have coconut flakes. But this recipe doesn't have it. So what you can do is you can buy them at the Indian store, the frozen section. They have those, what are they called, coconut chips or coconut flakes or something like that. They're chopped coconut pieces, and just toast it in the oven for a little bit and then throw it in there. Maybe towards the end, you could throw it in there. Just let it cook and simmer for a little bit. Now you can see that the color is changing, the oil is sort of separating, coming onto the top. It's becoming a little bit more brownish red in color, so it's really coming together. So in the Instant Pot, it really works to use the meat setting, and I have done that in the past when I used a smaller quantity. So for that, the Instant Pot worked, and the meat setting, it was really nice and soft and tender, the pieces, it was so good. And I found that it was a little less pungent, so I tried to use the remaining of my mother's garam masala, and sadly for me, this is over. But do not worry, I do have one more batch that she sent along with someone who was visiting me. So I'm set. So guys, there are different ways to eat the beef. The Kerala rice, you know, this rice, the fat rice with the brown husk, which is good for you. So I keep a pot of this in the fridge and use it during the course of the week. You could have it with the Kerala parotta. So I had some left over, so you can always buy all of this from the frozen section. So I'm going to just put this on the hot griddle for about 5 minutes on each side, heat it up. All that's available in the frozen section of an Indian store, hopefully. You know, where you live. I know here in California it's not a problem. This is a great brand, Daily Delight, out of Kerala, so all their products are great. So idiappam, I get this too. This is another accompaniment to the beef curry. You can have it with this. I get the brown ones, and you can just steam it. Or vatteppam, according to my father, this is a good accompaniment. It's a little bit on the sweeter side, but this is all made from rice, so gluten free. You could have it with bread also. You know, we have it with those buns. Now that we're a California family, of course we can't eat grains, some of us in this house, so some of us are going to be having it with steamed cauliflower, like a riced cauliflower. Who's ever heard of these things? But anyway, we're all doing it now. Chapathis, you know, there's so many different ways to have it. Bon appetit, guys. Bon appetit. So guys, if you like that, do like and subscribe. You know the recipe is already there, but I just wanted to show you what actual home cooking is. I mean, you can see all these recipes on the internet, but you always want to know how does it translate. So this is a no-fail recipe. I think it's great. You just have to adjust the green chilies, because a lot of the recipes you find on the net, they all tend to be really spicy. So that's about it. I mean, everything else, you can't really go wrong if you have too many onions. I guess it'll become a little sweet, but it's really not that bad. But chilies, yes. Other than that, yeah, I've been trying so many different recipes, and this one's easy. Just do this, and I hope you like it. If you do give me a like, and I'll see you in the next video. And you know what, I'm gonna leave you with some beautiful sights in my neighborhood. And this is a great time of year. So it's getting to be the end of winter, and in California it's fantastic. You get some flowers. I'm sure it's beautiful everywhere. We got some sun, and so there are some flowers blooming, and it's been really pretty. So I'm going to leave you with some sights in my neighborhood in California. Enjoy.